Hello everyone, this is the Volvo ES90. I have been very excited to finally drive this car and now it's happening.
This video is brought to you by a better Routeplanner, the Routeplanner for EVs. Hundreds of cars are supported. Choose your configuration, plan your route with the charging network that you want to prefer or charging networks that you want to avoid. If you're a premium member, you can use real-time weather forecast and traffic information, and you can also use a better Routeplanner in your car with Android Auto or Apple CarPlay. Use the link in the description to support the channel and use a better Routeplanner Premium for 30 days for free.
Now I have to say something very nice about Volvo. So I get press cars from many manufacturers. I think there was one, I can't remember who it was, who sent the specifications in detail via email, but Volvo are the only ones who send it per email, and also in the car is a pamphlet that says everything about this specific car, all the data, and this is amazing for people like me. Okay, so this is the Volvo ES90 Single Motor. You can have also, of course, an all-wheel drive version and the all-wheel drive performance, which have bigger battery, 102 kilowatt hours, 108. This one has a 92 kilowatt hour battery, 88 kilowatt hours can be used. Power, rear wheel drive, 245 kilowatt to 333 horsepower. It's an 800 volt battery system, can charge at a hypercharger with 350 kilowatt, 22 minutes from 10 to 80%, which is really nice. This car is equipped with 22-inch wheels, 285s in the rear, 255 in the front, and WLTP range is 632 kilometers. Look at this, all the thing, even the price is in here. It's amazing. 0 to 100 kilometers an hour takes 6.6 seconds, and the top speed is 180. It weighs 2,410 kilos. This is amazing. The trunk is extremely deep this way. It's very high. It's not very deep this way. We have a second floor which has a bit of space. Charging cable fits in here nicely. Because this car has the air suspension, there's buttons to get the rear up and down, and we have a 12 volt outlet, 120 watt. And up here we have a button to close the trunk and lock it at the same time. There's a Frunk. It's not gigantic, but 1 or 2 charging cables fit in here and a little bag. So it's great. On the rear seats, I have a lot of leg room. This seat is in my position, 180 centimeters, 6 feet tall. I have window opening. I have reclining of the seat here. So this seat here can go back and up, which is nice. There's no pocket here. On this seat we have full control of the climate here in the back, and we have seat ventilation and seat heating here. We have air vents here in the middle, a little hook, speaker, we have lights up here, and the middle armrest has of course cup holders and an extra pocket in there, and it's gigantic, and 2 USB-Cs. Headroom, I have a tiny bit, not a lot.
On the front seats, I have a lot of headroom. The seat is firm, but it's okay. We have wireless charging for 1 phone here in the middle, 2 cup holders, and then a big pocket here in the middle. And then on top, we have, of course, lights and a mirror.
Let's do a little overview. In the door, we have locking, unlocking, and opening the windows and opening the door. And that's it almost for every button. In the middle we have next song, previous song. In the middle a little looks like glass, but it's plastic volume. And then up here we can turn on the light. But that's all the buttons except for the steering wheel. Behind the steering wheel on the left we have our wipers indicator, and on the side when you turn it's the wipers, and when you press on the side it's brace, and then when you move forward you have your high beams. On the right side we have our gear selector. Here park, down is drive, up is reverse, and when you are driving and push it down again you are in cruise control. On the steering wheel we have our buttons where you can change the view of your display. Can be Google Maps, assist systems where you see other cars, or your normal speed. You can turn on the steering assist, and then this is resume and change the speed you're doing with your cruise control. On the right we have then adjustment for the steering wheel, for the mirrors, and then of course it's volume, OK button if you need it, voice command, and then next previous song. On the display itself you see your state of charge, your range, the gear, how much power and region you're using, of course the speed limit, and then if anything is going on with the wipers and the light. The airflow is still done by hand, which is nice. It's totally okay. On the screen itself, the typical Volvo screen, you can go down for your notifications. We have our profiles here, the time, outside temperature, and here if you're connected Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, 5G connection. We have Google Maps here. This can be even bigger when you, what do I have to press so this is bigger? I thought there was a thing that this, and then you have it in big. Otherwise down here you have once music and once your phone, and underneath you have a few favorites that you cannot change. Still, this is all done when you're driving. It's a different thing what you see than when you're parked, and on the left you see the last apps that you have opened. So glove box, you need an extra button. Then if you want to open the trunk, you need an extra button here in the menu, which we're going to go through in a second. Underneath we have a home button, then a button that shows you all the apps, which also shows the range and consumption, which is if you want to see your driving data. Then we have our climate, you have seat ventilation, seat heating, steering wheel heating, and then of course the temperature, and for the passenger too. And when you press in the middle you get to the whole screen where you can change your climate also in the back. And then air quality timers if you want to start climate at a certain time, and then automatic things. So if you want it when it's cold, automatic seat heater, for example, in the morning, or when you get into the car. Then we have our hazards, and then the main button, which is our settings. First you get to a favorite screen with the settings, and by the way, totally forgot, digital mirror. And you can turn it off, but you can't see anything in the back because the middle headrest is so high. Then we have some settings here, the height. But when you are here in the favorites, you have your light settings that you can go fast if you need the fog lights. Then your adjustment of the steering wheel and the mirrors, very fast. Then we have the trunk opening. Then we have the opaque or not opaque roof glass. We have the glove box, and then the sensitivity of the rain sensor for your wipers, and the brightness, which doesn't do too much, of the screen, I thought. Then we have all of our settings. We have driving, where you can have lots of settings, and also one pedal drive in auto, on or off. The steering can be soft or hard, and the suspension can be soft or hard. We have some sound system things, but we're gonna do a tour of the full infotainment in a different video. And on the bottom of my favorite page I have one pedal drive where I can switch between on, auto or off, have my lane assist, have my speed limit warning, and then drive mode, standard or off-road, which is cool. For the seat, if you want to do adjustments, that's just one thing that you can push forward, backwards, up, down and turn. And if you want more settings, you press the button in the middle. First you get to your normal settings, then that's, by the way, the speed limit warning. Then you can do the bottom of the seat, then the side support, and then you have a massage function here as well, which is cool. Regenerative braking is strong, even though this is just a rear-wheel drive version. Brings it to a standstill if you have it on. It's nice. The power is good, but not overwhelming. So it doesn't feel like less power like in my ID.7. The ES90 drives very, very comfortable. Suspension is great, even though we have the 22-inch very wide and very thin tires on. It's still nice. It's nice and quiet in here, even though we have a wet road. The only thing that's a bit weird is the steering. I have it on hard, but when you start driving, it feels extremely soft. So when you put it in setting soft, it's, oh my god, soft. It's like you can turn it with your fingertip. Let's try the cruise control. And it's on. Then steering assist off, on, which is nice. Then we brake. And let's see if we can turn it back on. No. Resume. It's not working. Why not? And when you press once, it's 5 kilometers an hour difference. When you hold it, it's 1 kilometers an hour. I found the resume of the cruise control. You hold down where you turn on cruise control and you hold it. Not just one thing. You press down and hold it, and then it takes the speed you did before. Woohoo! Now it's time to accelerate the car. We have wet road, so we'll see what happens. 6.57 seconds, that's okay. Acceleration, especially from the start, feels a bit underwhelming. But 6.5 seconds is good. It's highway time, 130, and then we'll see about the top speed, if it's too wet or too busy. 130. It's a bit of wind noise, and the road is not wet here, so it's not the tires. I mean, the 22-inch wheels are for sure not the most quiet. And because of those tires, it's also a tiny bit bumpy, but still nice to drive. Steering assist has to work a bit, but we'll see all of this when I do my range test and my long distance test. 180 our top speed. It's not that much louder. The steering is really nice. Feels good. Regen is almost non-existent. When you get off the accelerator pedal, it almost doesn't slow down. You have to use the brake, which is interesting. But it feels stable and nice. Yeah, but sum it up, the Volvo ES90 is a very, very nice car, very comfortable. I think you shouldn't get the 22-inch wheels. Just saying. We'll see about the consumption when I do my range test. We'll see about the charging, how that is. And regen is great. Cruise control is great. Again, with the steering assist, we'll see. I don't know yet. I'm not the biggest fan of the camera for the rear view mirror and the light steering, like I said. But still a great car. If you want to follow me on Instagram, BatteryLife1, but that's it for me. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great day and take care. Bye.